is going to be a general love reading for the sign of Virgo. This is a general love reading, so it will not resonate with every Virgo out there. So take what you need and leave the rest. I've been a little bit out of the, a little bit MIA with the readings for a few weeks, so I apologize for those of you that have been waiting for a reading. You know, life is happening really fast. There's a lot going on right now, so I'm going to try to get back to the weekly readings again, but here we are, and we're doing this today. So, and I'm really happy to be back at the table. I haven't touched the cards in a little while, and so it feels really good to be talking to the cards again and channeling messages. So this is for Virgo. We're going to ask what's going on with you, what's going on with your person in the current energy, and then we're going to ask what's coming up in the mutual energy. Tarot readings are timeless, so whenever you find this is when you are meant to find it. Don't get too hung up on the date of the reading. Virgo, I'm just going to shuffle one more time and get focused. Virgo, what is going on with my Virgo people? Going on the Virgo side. I don't know if, I don't know why, but when Emperor fell out, what's his name from Seinfeld? George Costanza popped into my head, and that whole, like, the music from Seinfeld. So I don't know if somebody's watching Seinfeld or just watched Seinfeld, but there might be something in this message for you, in this reading, especially for you, if that's resonating with you in some way, because he doesn't resonate with the Emperor, and it's weird. What's going on with Virgo's person, whoever it is that Virgo is thinking about as they watch this reading? Virgo, I feel like there's this like energy right now for you that you're just like out with your friends, doing your thing. You're not even like showing this person that you're worried right now. It's almost like you're sort of in a letting go phase, but let's see what's going on with your person. Okay. It's interesting. I don't really do reversals with this deck, but here they are, so we're gonna take it as it comes. Let's see. What is with this King of Wands here? Why is High Priestess here? Too many. I just have one card to clarify High Priestess, please. Okay, there's a lot going on here. This is really interesting. So yeah, in this connection, Virgo, I feel like right now, the Emperor, it reminds me of like many Virgos that I know, this energy. Y'all can be kind of stoic. So I feel like an energy of like that you're just sort of like doing your thing, hanging out with your friends, and not really, it's like you are not chasing this person. You are like, I'm good. It's almost like a mask though, where it's interesting with the Four of Pentacles reversed though. You might just be feeling kind of empowered in a space of like, you know what? I'm gonna just do my own thing. I'm gonna go hang out. I'm gonna have fun with my friends. This is like you having community support around you. And almost like I just got the direct tap in when this card came out of like you kind of like hanging out with your friends and having fun and not worrying too much, or like at least trying to appear like you're not worried too much about this person. And it's almost like you're in a space of like, you know what, I'm just gonna let this go. I don't know if this person is tapping into you as someone who is only just trying to show up for intimacy, like with this King of Wands here, but it's like your person's sort of showing up in a mask too, and not like laying all their cards on the table. Your person is tired though. Like whatever is going on for your person, they're like feeling really tired, almost like they're tired of themselves. Like it's almost like a person who's coming through as someone who has sort of maybe been focused on the intimacy aspect of relationships a little bit too much, but they're like getting tired of that old way. They're getting tired of like maybe they're getting that that's just not as fulfilling as what they thought. But that could be why you're kind of like in your empowered mode and like letting it go and not really, this is almost like you not paying attention. This is like you being in your groove, doing your thing, and not really giving energy to this person. But it might be because of the way that they show up. Like they may sort of like show up for tap-ins when they want something. Like when they want to have fun, they want to be like all lovey-dovey, but then like this might be a person who like sort of taps in and taps back out. And that might just be frustrating, and it might be causing you to be like, you know what? I'm good. I'm just going to do my own thing. I'm going to let this go. Because Four of Pentacles will usually be in upright, will be like holding on too tight to something, like clinging on to something. But when it's coming out of reverse, I would say that that's almost just like that energy, like in reverse, exactly in reverse. Like, this is like a letting go. This is like a, yeah, I'm not holding on to this anymore. I'm going to be strong. I'm going to be brave. I'm not going to show this person that I care. And I'm just going to let this go. But I think that there is a bit of a mask here. There is like a part of you that doesn't want to let this go. But it's almost like you feel like this is what you need to do right now for your own, for like your sanity, your peace. But okay, so let's get back to your person. Your person, it's like they've had a focus, as I said before, it's like they've had a focus on maybe like having fun and being in the passion of it, but like they're almost getting tired of their own ish, if that makes sense. It's like their intuition is kicking up and telling them like, this isn't working for me anymore. This isn't working for me anymore. It's almost like they're like noticing, they're noticing their darker side. Like they're noticing that they have these habits, these like ways that aren't working. It's almost like they're recognizing their ways of like sabotaging their own happiness. With Devil card and King of Wands here, I would say that this might be a person who, it's like hard to find ways to say this on YouTube, but it's just a person who to me would be like focused more on intimacy. But with the High Priestess here, it's almost like they're having these internal epiphanies and realizations about like what they're doing, like how they're navigating. This person is having a really hard time finding their words. They're having a hard time like having clarity with themselves, which is in turn making it hard for them to express it outwardly. Like that they are unable even to find their internal clarity on like, so it's like they're not even able to express to you what's going on because they are like trying to just get clarity themselves. It's like, I feel like this person has a lot of internal turbulence. It's almost like they're finally sort of waking up and seeing like what they are and how they move, and sort of how they keep shooting themselves in the foot when it comes to their own happiness, but they don't quite yet know like how to navigate out of that. They don't have clarity with this Queen of Swords in reverse. They don't have the strength and clarity yet, but it's sort of like the door is cracking and the light is starting to shine in for them on like the fact that like they have some work to do. So I would say this person has some work to do and they're starting to wake up and see it, but they're not at that place of like, they're not at that place of having real clarity on how to proceed and how to move forward here on their own. Like not even to do with this relationship, but then yes, to do with this relationship, but just in general, like in their life. I feel like this person is like trying to figure it out, trying to get clarity on like how they need to move, because I think that the way that they have been moving with things isn't making them happy, and they're seeing that. Where maybe historically, like, this has brought them some happiness and thrill and fun and all of that. I think it's getting old. This person is tired. They're reaching the end of a journey of being in this energy. So let's see what's coming up in the mutual energy, Virgo, for you and this person. I almost feel like there's a part of you that doesn't give an F, and then there's a part like deeper that's like does, but you're just like, you're trying to get your groove with being empowered, and to just like, it's almost like, you know, for your benefit that you gotta like, that you almost have to not care about this, but it's not. Sometimes that's easier said than done. What's coming up in the near future for Virgo and this person and this connection? And when I ask about near future, I'm asking up to the next few months. Could be a week, could be a month, could be 2 months. I don't know your timeline. Everybody's timeline is going to be different. Let's see. Virgo and their person. Virgo and their person. Okay, what's going on in the mutual energy? Oh, I knew she was going to come out. It's like, I don't know what has gone down between you guys, but it's like karma is stepping in to balance the scales. Yeah, I'm just gonna get one more card. Yeah. Do I need to clarify? Yeah, why is Four of Pentacles here? You know, there's like it's interesting because I feel like there's gonna be some release with this Five of Cups here, but there's a lot of duality here. I feel like there may be like a push-pull about like holding on or letting go. I don't think it's going to totally be up to, it's almost like, it almost feels like karma, destiny is going to come in and like carve the path of how this is supposed to go. But so I feel like there's a desire to hold on to this love there, but there's like justice is coming in. Justice is coming in to balance things out in whatever way they need to be balanced out. So that empowerment can be found, because there's like a real lack of empowerment here, especially on your person side. And I feel like you're trying to find your empowerment. You had Emperor there and you've got Empress here coming out again. There's a tie here that's really hard to let go of, though, for both of you. There's like love in the undercurrent that is hard to let go of here. I would say when Four of Pentacles comes out, it's usually talking about a need to release. What's it a need to release? This really deep love. I'm not here to tell people what to do, how to move, what to do. I can only tell you what the cards say. When Four of Pentacles is here, it's like a call to let go, at least to loosen the grip. So if there's like an internal feeling of holding on super tightly, Four of Pentacles would be here to say, like, see how she's like clutching onto this bag? It's almost like she's holding on so tight to what's in this bag that she doesn't have space for anything more to come in, because she's so focused on holding on to this, and it's almost like keeping her isolated from her village over here. So it's possible that holding on to this love is keeping you isolated from other things that you could be experiencing. So there's that. I'm not going to go too deep with talking about like a need to let go of the love, but these two cards are coming out together. So I think through this act of letting go, though, there's like stuff here about letting go, that's going to lead to a place of feeling super empowered. Maybe for both of you, it's almost like it might be time to kind of like release so that you can both like step into your empowerment. Because the Empress is like very strong on her own. She's got like enough to nurture other people, but she's very strong on her own. She's got this great ability to be whole on her own. And I think that the way that this is, you know, playing out is sort of like by loosening the grip on this really deep seated love that's sort of like always spilling out over the cracks. Then comes this sort of like empowered mode. And then also there's a 5 of Cups here, which talks about like releasing something and allowing yourself to grieve it. Releasing it and allowing yourself to sit with the feelings and let it go. So that might be sort of like what's coming down the pike, with a need to, you know, it's like, I don't know if this is what will happen for you, but there's like a need to do this release. So what happens? Let's ask, like, what happens if, I can tell you what happens if you do this releasing of this whole, if this thing, but what happens if you don't? What happens if you don't? Yeah, see? It's like, so if there's not a release, if this is what I can tell you, what I can see in the cards, like if there's not, if there's a continuation of clinging on and holding on too tightly, there will be more bondage of like being tied up and just being like, it's like self-imposed bondage. It's like choosing to stay trapped, right? Trapped in this sort of like cheesy romantic thing. This Knight of Cups can be like showing up with like 7-Eleven roses and like creating this really sweet scene, but it's almost like that keeps binding you up. It keeps sticking you. It keeps getting you stuck and tied up in these cloths. But it's like this is a choosing to stay stuck like this. So, right? So there's a couple ways to navigate, but I think a failure to release. Sometimes we release things and they blossom when we release them, by the way. So, you know, there's that too. But I think like there's a healthy aspect to letting go of things, letting go of the tight grip on things that we hold. So that might be on both of your parts, like a need to just like release it, let it go and see what happens. Because the holding on to it, the holding on, the clutching on to this like cup of love just leads to more sort of like bondage when it comes to love. Bondage. This girl is pretty beat up and she's looking at herself in the mirror and she's looking at herself all tied up and she just cannot, it's like she's just choosing to stay stuck like that. She could easily remove these cloths, but she is just choosing to stay stuck. So I don't know, like I feel like there's just a real energy in this thing of like, almost sort of like, it has like a tinge of like toxicity to it. So anyway, there's 5 of Cups here. So I think, just really feel like there will be a release here. There's going to be a letting go of this thing, like whatever this is. I feel like there's going to be dialogue. There's going to be communication about this. You will talk about this with this person. There will be dialogue. There will be rapid communication about this like need to release, about this act of releasing. It might be that you will talk about how painful it is to let go with this person. How much it hurts to let go, but how much there's a need to let it go. And then what comes after that is a period of recovery. And this is in a mutual energy. So this is like, and this falls right under Empress. So there's like this real wholeness here, but there's also this like sense of peace, rest, that almost like in the act of letting go, there's finally this sense of like, I can breathe. I can like rest. I can close my eyes. I can finally like be at peace. Four of Swords in traditional decks is a person like laying and the swords are on the wall. They're not pointed at the person. There's no danger to the person. They're just at a place of recovering from something. So I think there's a release that leads to a period of recovery, a period of putting things back together, but like finally getting a respite from the stress that has been. This looks stressful to me. This looks like a stressful connection. So this is where the peace comes in, and there's healing. There's healing from the stress of this whole thing. I'm going to leave the reading there, Virgo, and I'm sorry that this wasn't like sunshine and unicorns, but I'm always going to give you the cards straight the way they come out. And this will not be every Virgo's story. This might just be something that one person out there needed to hear today. So if this resonated with you, you can feel free to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And then if it didn't, you can always watch your sun, moon, and rising. You might find more resonance in your other placements, but I just want to thank you so much for coming out and supporting the channel and receiving this reading today. All right, take care, Virgos.